Chapter 17, Bigger Than You. It is my pleasure to announce the opening of the first community battery recycling center in Richmond, Janie said to the crowd. I haven't secured government funding yet, but if we waited for government funding, nothing would ever happen. The crowd cheered the senator, who finally understood the reality of their situation. I want to thank the city leaders who gave us a permit to use this land, and with the improvement in energy efficiency, I challenge any government agency to stand in the way of common sense problem solving. In the meantime, thank you to all the volunteers who make this operation possible. With cheers of support, Janie stepped down from the makeshift platform and took the giant pair of ceremonial scissors to the ribbon, comically stretched between two large, discarded battery receptacles. Great speech, sweetheart, Gavin Hollins said to his daughter as she made her way to her transport. Let's take my car. She stopped and stared at her dad. Dad, you don't have a car. I do today, sweetheart, and there's someone I need you to meet. I'm pretty busy, Dad. I need to come with me and we'll get you back to your office, please. Dad, what is going on? I really need to. Janie, sweetheart? I'm not asking. Please come with me. Shocked, she looked into her dad's eyes, and she discerned pretty quickly that this was a matter of life and death. Senator Hollins, this is Jack, Gavin said as they got into the transport. He and his team will be assigned to you from now on. Please listen to him, especially regarding transport and public appearances. This is in response to a real threat, and you absolutely should not trust anyone except Jack. The less you know, the better, except for the fact that this comes straight from Jude and Zara. Here are some insights. For context, the Patriot Guard is targeting Sparrow Senate candidates. I mean, we know they're doing the president's bidding, but at this point, by Chapter 17, it becomes apparent that they're focused on all of the candidates that are running for Senate seats who are Sparrows. Their job? They're not going to just discredit them. They're actually attempting to assassinate them, to take them out. But they're trying to do it quietly, because if they do it publicly, they're going to have a problem on their hands, especially after the desert incident, after the torture. They're really looking to lower their profile. The government doesn't want to be accused of doing something underhanded. They don't want to risk the instability that could cause. So they're trying to use the Patriot Guard to quietly and secretly assassinate and take out all of the Sparrow candidates. And they happen to do this because even though they're trying to oppose the Sparrows in a political way, the Sparrows are beating the government at their own game. They're winning on the public stage. They are winning elections, and President Connor sees that he's actually not having success. So he's continuing to try to control the narrative, but then he's also using these underhanded techniques and trying to get the Patriot Guard to take out all of these Sparrow candidates because they are a threat to his authority. And as the Sparrows getting more and more and more successful, Connor and Alvarado, they're realizing they can't stop them, so they're actually getting more and more desperate, especially because, this is the second or third assassination attempt that didn't work, and they're thinking this is not good. They think of the Sparrows like a cancer that's spreading. But something to think about going forward. They're attempting to assassinate them. They're also still trying to oppose them politically, but they're losing on both fronts. So what happens when bad guys, when the side that can resort to violence gets desperate? Well, usually if the political solutions fail, then they fall back on the next thing. If they can't persuade somebody to see things their way, if they can't control the narrative, then they resort to force. So let's see what happens in Chapter 18. Let's see if these Sparrow candidates survive. Let's see if they can be successful, but also have some kind of safety. They've got a target on their back, but also they've got the 9. So how effective are the 9 at protecting the candidates? Well, let's find out. Hang on for Chapter 18.